There's always something good to see on screen, whether it's on streaming or in the theater, and producer Charlie joins me now with all the latest in this week's Cinema Corner. So where do we start?
Okay, so first up, we got a sequel.
Okay.
The Accountant 2.
This is wild to me that there's even a second one, because I didn't know there was a first.
Okay, so I did watch the first one
Okay.
a week or so before the second one because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Okay.
It's a good kind of action thriller one to watch, in my opinion. So this is also an action thriller, and it's R-rated. But it's Christian Wolff is back, and he applies his brilliant mind and illegal methods to reconstruct the unsolved puzzle of the Treasury Chief's murder. So reprising their roles from the first one, from 2016, we have Ben Affleck, which I think he does a great job at portraying this character. John Bernthal, Cynthia Adai Robinson also reprised the role. J.K. Simmons, he returns as well, but for a very minor role because he plays that Treasury Chief, so it's more flashback stuff. And joining the cast, we have Daniela Pineda.
Okay.
Great casts all around, This was actually development for the sequel began back in 2017. Just took a while to figure out where they're going. At one point, there was talks of a TV show instead of a sequel. So definitely would have been interesting. They probably could have fleshed things out more in depth, probably.
Yeah.
But I will say it lives up to the first one.
Okay, that's good to know.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one as well. If not, maybe a smidge more.
Ooh,
so
hot take.
When it's hard, it's rough in sequels these days because some of them just don't live up to the hype.
A lot of them bomb for sure.
Yeah. It definitely leans into the comedy buddy side of Affleck and Bernthal's sibling chemistry. Because in the first one, they don't get to interact much at all until the end. So it definitely is fun to see that strange sibling relationship and how it plays out.
Yeah.
It's got some good laughs in it too.
Okay.
So on top of being an action thriller, it's got a little bit of comedy in there. Worldwide, it's made $24.5 million so far with a budget of $8 million. So it's got a ways to go, but it's still in the beginning stages.
Yeah, it'll get there.
So moving on to your favorite genre.
Oh, wow. Why do you do this to me every day?
You act like I pick the roster of movies that come out.
These films are in the theater.
Yes, you're right, I am.
Yeah.
We have Until Dawn. This is an R-rated survival horror. So this follows a group of friends who get trapped in a time loop where mysterious foes chase and kill them in gruesome ways. The only way out, though, survive until dawn.
Oh, okay.
So this stars Ella Rubin, Michael Cimino, Odessa Azion, Ji Young Yu, Belmont Kaimeli, and Peter Stormer. This is actually based off of 2015 PlayStation video game of the same name, Until Dawn, where it's more of like a you choose kind of thing, where it's a butterfly effect where the player gets to choose what happens, and that storyline will play out. Some characters could live, some characters could die. It really depends on how you play. I've played half the game so far. But it's not like a remake of the game in live action. It's set in the same universe as the game, but it's its own standalone story.
Gotcha.
So it's described as an R-rated love letter to the horror genre with an ensemble cast. I think it didn't do a good job of portraying in the trailers that it's not an actual remake of the 2015 game. And so a lot of people thought that and were like, this doesn't fit to how the game is.
Yeah.
So I think once you know that it's a standalone film, it's a lot better going mindset-wise, It's got a lot of mixed reviews online.
Okay.
I will say, I enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I will say, it's not like crazy scary or anything. It's got a little bit of, moments you might want to turn away from. And I did get a few jump scares, but it's nothing like absolutely terrifying, Great cast, I thought.
Okay.
I thought there's some great performances. Worldwide, it's made $18.1 million with a budget of $15 million. So top that and probably going to go a little higher, too.
Yeah, I love it.
So our next one, we have Freaky Tales.
Oh, no.
This is not horror.
Okay.
So this is an R-rated action comedy of 4 interconnected stories set in 1987 Oakland, California. They tell about love of music, movies, people, places, and memories beyond our knowable universe.
Okay.
So this has a great cast, honestly. Pedro Pascal, Jay Ellis, Normani, the singer.
Oh.
Dominique Thorne, Ben Mendelsohn. Again, Ji Young Yu is also in this one as well. And this was actually one of the last roles before his passing of Angus Cloud.
Yeah.
So he has a small role in there as well.
Very cool.
So this actually premiered at Sundance Film Festival in January of 24.
Okay.
So it took a whole year and a half almost for it to actually release worldwide.
Yeah.
But it's based on the writer, director, and producer's Ryan Fleck's memories of growing up in 1980s Oakland and as a celebration of the city's culture. It's honestly a super fun one. If you think 80s, it's probably going to fit in this. It's very 80s themed.
Okay.
The music, the outfits, the set.
The whole vibe.
Obviously it's set in the 80s, so you want it to be that way. But it's very enjoyable, great soundtrack, great performances as well. I will say there's a little cameo in there at one point in one of the stories. But it is fun with the 4 stories because it's broken up into 4 chapters. But it's fun to see how the stories interconnect because they're not like major connections. They're like some minor ones that don't like really mess with the story, but they play into the story as well.
Interesting.
So, I will say this was hardly advertised.
Okay.
So worldwide, it's only made $2.7 thousand. So it should have been advertised more. I feel like most people probably didn't see it. I saw the trailer maybe once, twice, ever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of struggling right now.
Yeah.
Now moving on, we have something that the kids might like.
Okay.
This is The Legend of Ochi. So this is a PG fantasy adventure. This follows a young, shy girl from a remote village on an island, where she's raised to be scared of an elusive animal species known as the Ochi. But when she discovers a wounded baby Ochi that has been left behind, she escapes on a quest to bring him home. So this stars Helena goodness, I'm struggling with names today. Helena Zengel, William Dafoe, Finn Wolfhard, and Emily Watson.
Interesting cast.
It is a very interesting cast.
Yeah.
I will say it's a cute one. The kids will probably like it.
Okay.
The Ochi are kind of cute. But the story's kind of flat.
Yeah.
It's very linear on how it goes. I feel like you don't overly connect with a lot of the characters. And like William Dafoe's a great actor. I feel like he has a hard time carrying it on his back a little bit too. I mean, Helena, she's a great actress too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it just kind of fell
Falls a little
flat.
flat. Yeah, I get that.
I will say though, beautiful practical effects. None of it was like CGI or anything. They actually used puppets for the Ochi and everything.
Oh.
Which was really cool, but also at the same time, it wasn't the smoothest of puppetry at some points. But it's still a cute movie that the family, good family movie night. Worldwide, it's made $1.5 million with a budget of 10 though.
I love it.
So I wanted to hit though real quick before we move on to what's this weekend.
Okay.
At what our domestic box office looks like.
Yeah.
Because it's honestly a very crazy box office.
Okay.
So number one, I feel like this is no surprise, Sinners.
Yeah, it's big.
Sinners barely made a dent on going down in the second weekend, which is crazy because a lot of movies, their viewership falls off pretty fast after the first weekend.
Yeah.
Then we have, in second place, Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. It's re-released this for its, I think, 20th anniversary.
Yes, I heard about this.
And then we have The Accountant 2, followed by a Minecraft movie and Until Dawn. So here's what's kind of unique about this. It's been a long time, if ever, that the box offices look like this, where it's an original movie, Sinners, a re-release with Star Wars, a sequel, and then 2 video game movies.
That is really interesting.
It's a very unique...
Kind of runs the gamut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very unique to see that. But
I love that.
I just wanted to throw that out
What's
there.
coming this weekend?
This weekend, we have Marvel's new movie, which I'm excited about, The Thunderbolts.
I've seen a lot of press for this. Yep.
I mean, it's Marvel. I've seen a lot of good reviews about it, though, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And then also we have The Surfer with Nick Cage. This one looks psychedelic trippy.
Okay, well, maybe settle on that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then we also have Rust, which finally comes out after
The Alec Baldwin
a
film.
long time
Yeah.
after everything that happened. But then moving on to what's coming to streaming, on Thursday, May 1st, we have Another Simple Favor hitting Prime Video.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
I know that we've talked about how we're curious to see how that plays out with the Blake Lively, Anna Kendrick,
Yeah.
everything like that.
I'm very interested to see the dynamic because the first movie, A Simple Favor, was actually genius. It was
good.
such a well-done film. But now with all the drama, I don't know how this is going to go.
I'm going to have to rewatch the first one,
Yeah.
I think. And then also on Friday, we have Black Bag on Peacock. So that was a good one, too.
Yeah, lots of great films. All right, well, check out these films. Let us know what you think. And Unscripted will be right back.